Hello everyone, I want to thank you all so much for coming back to my channel today. I hope everybody's doing well. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how I make my sweet hot dog buns. I made this recipe a couple of days ago and uploaded the pictures and video to my Facebook blog, and I received a lot of requests. So here we are. I'm going to make a demo of it. Without further ado, let me go ahead and show you the simple ingredients you need. In this bowl, I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour. Here I have the hot dogs and I have them cooked. Over here I have 8 tablespoons of melted butter. Have a cup of Parmesan cheese, have a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of dry oregano leaves. I'm using 4 cheese Mexican, this is it. A teaspoon of salt, 1 egg. Over here I have 3 teaspoons of dry active yeast. I have a teaspoon of garlic powder. I have 2 teaspoons of sugar, and I'm going to combine the yeast and the sugar with 1 cup of warm milk. If you are interested, please stay tuned and I'll show you how to make this delicious recipe. To make the bread, I'm going to use my electric mixture with my paddle attachment. Please keep watching and remain blessed. So the first thing we need to do is to go ahead and activate the yeast. I'm pouring in the active dry yeast with the sugar. And we just want to give this a nice stir and then set it aside and have it rise, okay? And when it's rising, you see that it's foamy on top of the solution. This is how it looks like. And when it's activated, you see that there will be foam on top of it, and I'll show you when it's activated. The next thing we want to do is to go ahead and add all the dry ingredients. So here I'm adding the garlic powder, the Parmesan cheese, the salt, the dry oregano, and half a cup of sugar. And we just want to go ahead and give it a stir until it's completely combined. As you can see, we have stirred in the ingredients very nicely and everything is completely combined. So here I'm going to go ahead and transfer everything to the electric mixture. So here I'm adding half a cup of my 4 cheese Mexican. So as you can see, our yeast has gotten foamy on top of it. Okay, so it has been activated. What I'll be doing right now is to go ahead and add the melted butter and the egg. And then I'm just going to mix everything together and go ahead and pour that inside the electric mixture. Just give it a little stir. Let's go ahead and mix it together. You want to start off slowly so it doesn't splash all over. So I'm gonna allow it to mix together until it's completely mixed, and then I'll come and show you the result. Please keep watching. Okay, so we are going to see how our dough is looking. It's very soft and sticky, and that is what we are looking for. So at this point, I'm going to release the dough from the paddle attachment. So I'm going to use a little bit of oil, and this oil I'm going to use it to rub around the bowl to keep the dough from getting sticky to it when it's risen. Rub a little bit of the oil on top of the dough. So we are going to leave the dough to rise. This might take about an hour, 50 minutes to 1 hour for it to rise. And before I do that, I'm going to use my clingy wrapper to cover it. And I'm also going to use a cloth. And I'm going to let it sit at a very nice warm place for it to rise, okay? You can store this in your oven or any one place around the house to have it rise, and we'll be back to check up on it. So we are going to check up on our bread dough to see whether it has doubled in size, okay? It's been about 1 hour now. Yes, it has. Look at that. So right now we can go ahead and start working on it. So this is how beautiful the dough looks. You can see the herbs and the cheese. It's gonna taste delicious. So I wanted a bread dough that would taste sweet and at the same time be savory, and this is what I came up with. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer that to the surface. Kind of knead it a little bit. So what I will be doing now is to cut the dough into smaller pieces and then start working on them. I'm going to wrap them on the hot dog, and I'm going to show you how. Please keep watching. So now what I'll be doing is to use a little bit of the flour that I've sprinkled on the surface, and I'm just going to roll the dough. That should be long enough. And I'm going to grab one of the hot dog, and here I'm going to use the tip of the rolled dough, and I'm just going to press it on top of the hot dog, and then I'm going to wrap it around, okay? Just like that. And just tag a little bit of the tip of the dough inside, and it should be something like this. And I have a tray lined with parchment paper, and I'm just going to place it here. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of the dough, and then I'll show you the final result before we put them in the oven. So if you have any of the dough left, any extra left, what you can do is to roll it like the way we rolled it for the hot dogs. This time you are just going to curl it, okay? You are going to use it to create a bun. So this is it. So after curling it, you just tap the tail of the dough underneath of the curled dough, just like that, and then place it aside. So that's what you can do for the rest of the, if you have any additional dough left. So this is how it looks like. Isn't it pretty? So let me go ahead and show you the result of our rolled sausages. So here they are. Don't they look gorgeous? The next thing we'll be doing now is I'm going to crack an egg and use the egg wash to brush on top of the dough, and then I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes for it to rise again for the second time before we start baking them. So what I'll be doing now is I'm going to use a clingy wrapper again to cover it up, and this time have it rise for the second time. So it's been about 30 minutes, and I'm going to check up on the dough to see whether it has doubled in size and is ready to go inside the oven. Looks like it has. So now I'm going to go ahead and bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until when it's golden brownish. Also, I have my oven at 320 degrees. So let's go ahead and bake it, and then I'll come and show you the final results. Hello everyone, I want to thank you so much for staying tuned and learning how to make my delicious sweet hot dog buns recipe. As you saw, the making was extremely simple. Should you have any questions, please leave them down below for me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Also, do not forget to share and subscribe to my channel, and there is a notification button on your top right hand side corner. If you click on it, whenever I upload videos, you'll be able to find it and you wouldn't miss any of my uploads. So here they are, our delicious sweet hot dog buns. Over here I have an example of the roll that I made. So I had just a little bit left and I use it to demo for the roll, okay, if you're interested in that. So this is the recipe. Thank you so much. May God richly bless you. I'd love to go ahead and show you the inside of the roll and how it tastes. So I'm just getting one. Look at that. It's still very hot. You can just leave it to cool for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So here is the inside of the bun. The bread is very soft. Okay, so this is it. Go ahead and give this recipe a try and tell me all about it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste and tell you all about it. It tastes absolutely delicious. It's sweet and savory at the same time, and it's just really good. So go ahead and give it a try and tell me all about it. May God richly bless you. Until next time, sweet hot dog buns. Bye for now. I love you all.